happy Wednesday and welcome to another show here celebrating 15 years of Hunky Dory. How crazy is that? My name is Natalie Eagleton. I'm going to be the host for this hour. Jess is in the studio this morning. Good morning, Jess.
Good morning.
And over in the demonstration station, it's Wednesday. Normal activities has resumed. It is Nat and Kat.
Yay!
Hi, Kat.
Hi, Nat.
Oh, can you believe 15 years of Hunky Dory?
It's madness, isn't it?
It's one of your kids.
Yeah, we're lost since 14 years, so...
Madness.
I know, crazy.
15 years, and what a fun 15 years it has been. We are carrying on the celebrations today with a whole host of offers, and are you ready for it? Our brand new scoreboard. I'm so excited. Don't forget, we have double discount across the whole of the website for club members and diamond members. Additional reward points on selected products. We've got Premier Craft Tools in there, Miri cards, you can grab our blockbuster, that Christmas blockbuster, and loads more. So make sure you head on the website to have a look at everything. Plus, every order over £30 is going to receive our new and exclusive, it fell over. You had it in the right shot, didn't you? Our new and exclusive pin badge. It is super cute. It will be absolutely free. But before we crack on, let's have a look at this week's Win It Weekly. We have that birthday bundle for you. Are you ready? 5 lucky winners are going to get this week. Let me just take it out of that little tote bag. You are going to receive your Celebrate Moonstone mini die. You are going to get your Here's to Celebrating You die, cutter card die, which I absolutely love. You've got that beautiful A6 stamp set. We've got our crazy gemstone, diamond gemstone sparkles, and then you're going to get that deluxe craft pad, that garden party. 5 lucky winners. And the question we want you to ask this week is, what is the most common birthday in the UK? Is it A, the 26th of September, B, the 9th of July, or C, the 16th of May? And we have so many people guessing the answer to this question over the last 2 weeks. So make sure you're in with a chance of winning by sharing and commenting your answer on this video or any video throughout the week. Okay, let's get to it. Do we have a VT? We do. Have a look at this. It is time to introduce you to your new best friend. It is our Adorable Scoreboard. We have a few ways in which you can buy this scoreboard, starting off with the scoreboard itself. It is the 12 by 12 version of our scoreboard, so you do get the larger board included. We'll just move that camera a little bit further up. There we go. Get it all in view for you. It's exactly the same in that gorgeous blue shade. So you've got up to 12 inches on your inches side, and on your centimetre side it goes all the way up to 30 centimetres. You've got that incredible box making technology that we know and love from our award-winning scoreboard, so it's perfect for doing those things. And then you've got your amazing score tool, which is just housed in this little compartment. You just pop that out and then you can use that alongside it. You can buy our scoreboard on its own for £34.99 if you want to get it. This also oh no, the next one. Now if you want to get the scoreboard with the handbook, our brand new crafting handbook volume 6, just look at that price. So it was £34 for your scoreboard on its own, but if you get it with the handbook, it's £39.98. So you're saving a £5, and would you like to hear something else? You get bonus reward points on here. 200 reward points for getting this bundle. It's absolutely incredible. For anyone out there as well that wants to, you can also get our score tool. Oh, sorry, Jess. You can also buy our score tool. You can get those for £7.99. So if you're like me and Kat, and like to have a spare one to hand for just in case moments.
Or 7.
Yeah, we have a lot of score tools around each of us around the office, because they're just so useful to have for just folding your cards and doing all the bits and pieces. But if you want to get a spare one, you can also get spare ones. But the absolute incredible handbook as well, you can also buy that individually. So if you're just wanting to buy the handbook, you're not wanting to get that brand new scoreboard, then you can just buy our handbook volume 6 as well. It's just £9.99, and this is an incredible handbook. It uses all of our beautiful diamond membership collection, and it has been made by our wonderful Jane here in the office, and then lovely Anne, who writes all of our magazines and our other handbooks, and Rebecca, who does all of the putting together of our handbooks, has made this incredible make. So in the very beginning, you're going to get a full introduction to your new handbook, all the features, your inbuilt box making technology is all spoken about, what cardstock is best to use in here. My favourite thing is this guide here to create standard card blanks. You've got a full guide in there with starting sizes, where you need the finishing sizes, where we need to score on your measurements. Is absolutely fantastic. And then of course we've got tips, tricks, and then you have all your makes in here as well, which are completely different from any makes we've ever had in our handbook previously. This is an absolutely fantastic buy. So much inspiration in here for 3D model making, which we know that you guys absolutely love. So if you want to get just the handbook, you absolutely can do. It's £9.99, but the best way to do it, of course, is to get them together, because you're going to have a saving, and who doesn't need another scoreboard? Scoreboards are essential, we all know that, and you don't want to be that person in a few weeks time, a few years time, that goes to that class or that group and someone goes, where have you got that scoreboard from? I haven't got that scoreboard. How did you get that one? It is limited edition. We don't have a lot of these left, so it is something that once it's gone, we won't be returning it, just like that beautiful pink one that we had. It's absolutely gorgeous. Kat, we're going to go straight to you.
Yes.
And I believe you're going to show us how to make something from the scoreboard.
We are. We're going a little bit more technique-y today.
Yes.
So I have picked out this beautiful fan card because I think it's so
incredible,
stunning.
isn't it?
And we are going to make this twice. We're going to do one following the instructions from the handbook, but I'm also going to show you how you can downsize it.
Oh, nice.
Just by using the information that's in here, and then you can kind of join them together to make something extra super cool. So let's start, and I just want to show you how easy it is to follow the instructions, how well written they are. So we'll go. So I'm going to work my way through. I'm going to start with number 1. It seems like a good place to start.
Always.
Cut your cardstock to 18 centimetres by 24 centimetres. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my score tool out and then pop this over the other way. So we're working on the centimetre side. I'm going to take some cardstock. Let's go with the purple first. So 18 by 24. Oh, no.
Did you do it the wrong way around?
Well, we can save that one for the other one because that's going to be in that size. Yeah. So let's go 24. My head is still a little bit all fumsicle, so we'll see. So 24 by 18. And then it says pop it onto your scoreboard. I'm going to line it up with the 0 at the edge here. I'm going to mark along the 2 long sides at 3 centimetres. 6 centimetres and 9 centimetres, and then we're going to jump over to 15 centimetres, 18 centimetres and 21 centimetres, and then we're going to turn it round and do exactly the same on the other side. So 3, 6, 9, 15, 18 and 21, and then we're going to go to the shorter side and we're going to mark it halfway, which is 9 centimetres and 9 centimetres again there. And then we are going to come back to our trimmer, and to get those lovely pointy edges, we're just going to cut away these corners. So you are cutting from your 9 centimetre mark till your 3 centimetre mark at the edges.
Do you know what? I thought that this would be so much more complicated than
It's
it is
not,
already.
is it? So we're just going to trim these away to get those nice points. And because we've got that wonderful track line, we can just make sure we're hitting both the points we're there. And we're going to replicate that on both sides. And I will be doing all these steps again, just in a smaller version as we go along. So if you're just...
It's nice to know that you can take some of these measurements that we've got in the handbook though and adapt them. Maybe you're wanting a bigger card, maybe you are wanting a smaller card. It's nice to know that you can do that, and I'm sure with Kat's help she'll show you just how easy that is to follow as well.
So we pop this back on here now, and we're over to step 3 using step 4, cut away the triangles, done that. Place the cardstock landscape on the Adorable scoreboard and score between the 6, 9, 15 and 18 marks. So we've still got all those lined up on there, but we go 6, 9, 15 and 18. And then we're just going to fold these in to get these nice and creased down before we work on to the next more kind of like diagonal part of it. And I'm using here the diamond sparkles that we've got on Diamond Deals as well, so you can see just how beautifully this scores and works for you as well. So now is we're going to put in those diagonal lines, so we're going to turn it around. And we're going to put in our diagonal lines. Now, don't hate me, but I'm going to mess up my board.
No, Kat.
Well, it's how I find it easiest to do, because
your
we
board.
have got to do diagonal lines. So we want to go from the outer point to the inner point here across the diagonal, and trying to eyeball that when you've got lots and lots of lines can be really, really tricky. So I like to pick out my centre point, and then I'm not messing up too much of it. And I'm just going to go in with a pencil, and because it is in like a trough, that it's you're not going to get any transfer from that pencil mark anywhere else. No. You can rub it out if you want to. It's just going to make lining up so much easier for you, a bit like when you on your trimmer. So you can see where you're hitting the bottom here, and the top there is exactly the same line. So we're just going to come down on this diagonal here, and then we're going to do the opposite way. So from that top corner to the bottom corner. Oh no, it's me pressing a little bit too hard there. And the same on the other side. And then basically all your scoring and everything's done. It's just folding everything in, which is the bit I always find the hardest, so please excuse me if I'm a little bit like that. So we're just lining them up.
I always like to fold the whole section first.
Yeah.
And then it's just that case of like moving it about, isn't it?
So if you find your diagonal lines, fold them over, give them a good burnish down. So what you're going to want to do with this is we're going to push back that front section, that middle section here. We're going to kind of bring these in on themselves first, just so I can get nice sharp creases. And then once it's playing like that, I can kind of push it back into the position that I want it to. So now they can come out, pop them the other way. She says, today is not going to be my day, I can feel it.
It will.
It will, it's just me. Come on. These, you want these bits to pop out, and then you want this bit to come over the top as well. Why is it not working for me?
Is it the bottom bit?
There we go, it's going now. Look, I'm going to be doing this 4 times, so it's going to work at some point.
It's just teasing that card.
It is, and that's
for it to be in there, isn't it? There you go.
And then if you fold that down, and then we're going to start getting this shape here.
Oh,
That's what we
look how
want.
good that is.
So we're going to do it on the other side.
Oh my goodness.
And try again. But all our cardstocks are such good quality that you're going to be able to play around and get that manoeuvrability out of there, even if you are making it look extremely hard work like I'm doing it now.
Andrea said, good morning everyone. This scoreboard is the colour I've just painted my wall in my bedroom. Well, Andrea, you're going to have to get one to hang on the wall. It can be a nice little feature in the room.
So there is the first part of our card. So you can see how fabulous that looks there. So you could go in with your matte and layers. If you were just doing it on play cardstock, you could add your toppers to it. But I am going to go again, and we're going to try and quickly get through a smaller version, and I'll show you how you can layer them up. So with this one, I'm going to cut this. This is going to be, I'm going to cut it to a square measurement, but it still works with the fit of this. So this is going to be 16 by 16. And this one I'm going to do in 2 centimetres instead of the 3 centimetres that we used last time. So it's just scaling it down by a centimetre.
I was just about to say, how did you work out the scaling down element of this card?
So you only really need to work on the longer part. You can make the height any height you want. And I like with the 16 just the way it's sat, that it was just a centimetre smaller on each side.
Yeah.
So then it's just working out, following those guides. You know that you need the 1, 2, 3, the 5 or 6 score line, so it's just reducing them each by a centimetre.
Okay.
So this time, instead of going to 3, I'm going to go to 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to 4 and 6, and then this time we're going to jump to 10, and then the same again, 12 and 14. So we've got 3 equal sections of 2 centimetres and one in the middle of 4 centimetres. We'll just do that on the other side. So 2, 4, 6.
If you have any
10,
of your older
12,
scoreboard
14.
books at home, I wonder how many people are going to be doing this now and adapting the measurements to be different sizes or maybe different shapes as well.
Absolutely. And you can go bigger as well if you start playing around with like your A3 cardstock and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
You can go with the opposite direction. So let's quickly trim these down. So I've marked, because it's 16 centimetres, it's halfway on your short side, so that's 8 centimetres there.
I feel like adding diagonals is sometimes really quite scary when it comes to card making, but once you've got the hang of it, like Kat's showing you here, it is just about manipulating that paper so it stands in the positions that you want it to be.
Yeah.
And it's so much more spectacular to see something that should be straight in a different sort of format, because it draws your eye to it. It looks different. You question how it's been put together quite often.
And then it's just exactly the same again. So we're just following the same pattern, but just with those different score lines. So you score in from 4 and 6, and then 10 and 12. And then we're putting the diagonals in again, just using that track line that we put in before.
I love how simple and easy Anne and Rebecca make the scoreboards for you to follow as well. The fantastic templates that Rebecca puts in the scoreboard, so not only can you see visually with the photographs that her and Jane have done together, but you can actually see a layout. And I think I very much learn from photographs like that, like tents and templates of things, rather than sometimes words and pictures. So it's so handy that you have 3 different ways of following those instructions. You've got the photographic imagery, you've got the templates, and then you've got Anne's wonderful text as well. So they are so handy to use, and I'm sure lots of you who already have your scoreboards, or lots of you who already have our handbooks, or those people who buy our Crafting with Hunky Dory magazines, because they're all written by Anne and Rebecca as well. So you'll all know how easy it is to follow the guides and instructions that are given to you.
Yeah, everybody learns differently, don't they? Some people are visual learners, some people are read instruction kind of learners, so there's something for absolutely everybody. So we're just going to do the same again, and I will probably make it look extremely hard work, just as I did last time.
I don't think you make it look difficult at all. I think it's just these little, it's the diagonal folds, but it's worth the time.
It's just getting them in. My brain doesn't want to seem to remember, so it's just pushing it forward on that part and getting the other bit to the back to come forward as well. So if you just do one at a time, and once that goes, push down this middle bit as well. I'm making this one look incredibly hard. What am I doing here?
I think that looks
there we go.
good.
It's not quite gone right for some reason. What have I done? Oh no. It's going to be one of those days. I'll do the other side. I have done one I've done earlier, so I can show you that. But it does work. It's just me. I'm still a little bit poorly.
Still a little bit poorly. Lots of people have commented to say, Kat, you sound so poorly.
I'm going to give up and I'm going to show you.
We got a little bit better, didn't we? And then
we did, and then it's just been hit by a cold again. So these are the ones that I made earlier. I do promise this one was exactly like that. I'm just having a fingers and thumbs days. So you end up with 2 pieces now. And if you layer these up, look at the stunning thing you can make here. So all you need is a little bit of glue to hold these in place.
Like, this is such a fantastic card shape for all of those Art Deco cards that you're going to be making.
Isn't it?
But you just make it look 10 times more spectacular by adding that smaller one on top. And I'm guessing, if you wanted to, you could make an even smaller one with like 1 mil foam. Like 1 mil.
You could. And it's still going to fold flat. But just look at the shape of what you could get here.
That is magnificent.
So poppy. And you could be decorating that up any way you want. It's so 3D, so much fun. It's going to be a great background piece for any kind of topper you pop in the middle there.
100%. It's magnificent. Thanks, Kat.
You're welcome.
I loved watching you sort of like work, like put
suffer.
That,
That's what I did there.
Change it and then put it together and completely transform the way that card looked already, because it was already magnificent. If you want to be learning how to make that card, then you need to get our brand new handbook to learn that one, and so many other incredible makes that we have in there as well. We have added a selection of some Premier Craft tools at some incredible prices for our birthday. We have our construction glue multi-buy. Now, construction glue, do we have this around? We do. 1 minute. You know, I was so engrossed in watching Kat then that I haven't even got the bits ready for the next bit. Oh, let's get all of these out. Oh, well, I love Premier Craft tools when it comes like this. Are you ready? Construction glue. We are giving you 12 bottles for $12.99. That's, if you're a Diamond member, that's £11.69 per bottle. That makes them less than £2 a bottle. And you are going to receive 100 bonus points for getting them. We don't even need to talk to you about how incredible our construction glue is, because everyone already knows it. It is our most loved glue. Has Dan already told the secret about construction glue? We'll If you love construction glue,
Oh, he might have.
he definitely has, hasn't he? I'm sure he has. I'm sure he has. Someone in the comments will tell me. Has Dan told you the secret about construction glue? Well, just wait and see. But if you are in need of construction glue right now, because it is going to be about probably a year, get these ones. They are absolutely fantastic. And 100 bonus points as well. Who doesn't need 100 bonus points? It is, oh yeah, Michelle says he has already spilled the beans. Well, extra big construction glues are coming, people. Our mega storage caddy. One moment. This is our best friend here at Hunky Dory. We absolutely cannot fault these in any way, shape or form. In here you are getting 16 of our fantastic storage cases. Not only that, let me turn it this way around. These cases in here all this way. These cases in here all stand up by themselves, so you can label all these up, pop all your different bits and pieces on, and then have it standing at the back of your desk with maybe your ink pads in, because it fits 6 of them, foam pads, maybe your tools or your pens, and then you can just pop them out. You can add little labels onto them with your sort of Cricut machines, or a pen, or maybe some vinyl, and you're good to go. It's absolutely awesome. 16 of these fantastic cases, and then you get the big case, which you can then take away with you, or if we're going to a craft club, or you're doing some technique craft elements where you need to have all of your inks with you and all bits and pieces like that, it's so handy to carry around. It's just £29.96. We were saying how awesome these are at Hobby Maker as well for loads of different things. Maybe you're a jewellery maker, so you've got loads of sea beads and threads and bits and pieces like that, and all your tools, they're going to fit perfectly in here. If you are into embroidery, all of your different threads, you can have them colour coded. Yes. Lego as well, snacks. I mean, I could have a whole like snack board in here. Different flavoured cheeses, fruits. I mean, we could fit crackers in here. We could fit a lot more, and we will test it out if anyone requests it. But £29.99 for your storage caddy. Absolutely awesome. Then we have our large paper trimmer, which we could not live without our paper trimmer, people. And I'm not just saying that because we're here. This is my favourite thing ever. I have this at home. We did it ages ago, but when Oscar was very little, he ripped up the flooring that was down when we moved into our house. We didn't like it anyway, so we were kind of grateful. But we put some like peel and stick tiles down, those like vinyl tiles. Yeah. We cut them on here. We cut them down on so here. It's so handy. It's probably my favourite thing that I used when I was sort of doing all of my wedding stationery as well, because it's so handy. You've got centimetres, you've got inches, you know exactly where you're cutting. You've got those sort of nubbins on your little blades that just cut and tell you where you're cutting. So for your apertures, it's so great. If you want to do fancy cards where you've got sort of like apertures within all of the different shapes, it's fantastic. It extends as well, so you can cut up to A3 on here. It is our most loved item here at Hunky Dory, and all of the team could not live without their paper trimmers. We absolutely love them. So if you want to get that, you can do. £16.99. That deal is incredible. Then we have our rainbow scissor set. You can't live without scissors either. So if you don't have some, if you've already got some, if you need a spare pair, this is the time to get these items. Maybe you're thinking of doing a little crafting hamper for grandchildren over Christmas. £9.99 for those. You've got the 3 different sizes. You've got the large, which are 8.5 inches. You've got the medium, which is 7, and the small, which is 5.5. Perfect for lots of different styles of crafting. If we're doing close-up work or we're fussy cutting, then your smaller ones are absolutely fantastic for that. Or if you're sort of like largely cutting into spaces, maybe you're doing fabrics as well, then your bigger ones are going to be great. I'm pretty sure a lot of us here at Hunky Dory have ones in our craft stash, and we probably have some in the house as well. Maybe in the kitchen that probably shouldn't be in the kitchen.
Mine keep finding the way to the kitchen by other little hands and stuff in the house. And I have to keep taking them back.
No,
no.
they're not for the kitchen.
No,
they're for here. So you can grab your hands on those. Then we have your 3-in-1 corner punch, people. This is an exciting new product. This definitely shouldn't be on a deal. £6.99. This is fantastic because it has 3 different size corners in one punch. So you've got the 4mm, you've got the 7mm, and you've got the 10mm radius. Easily cuts through all of your products, whether it's acetate, Ink Me card, Adorable Scoreboard, parchment. You get a clean, crisp finish, and it's one tool with those 3 elements on, so super handy to have around with you. Your embossing tools, maybe you are using some of our fantastic dimensional flower dies and you want to give them a little bit of life, a little bit of shaping. Maybe you're wanting to shape some of your decollage, then you can grab these for £6.99. You get 3 different size bowl tools, and these are awesome. Also, talking about sort of like using your dies, maybe you're making flowers for a cake. These work perfectly for that type of material as well, cutting out all of those different shapes from your fondant and then using your bowl tools to really shape them to bring them to life. So an absolute epic thing to have in your stash, and something that until you have them you don't actually know that you need them. Then we have our A3 cutting mat, which we use here every single day on Hunky Dory TV. We've all got one on our desks as well, which we remove when we're sort of working on the computers and then bring back up when we're crafting. This is fantastic. So it goes to, you have about 30 centimetres by 40 centimetres on this side, and you have that fantastic point. And then on your inches, it goes to 16 by 11, and you've got all of your card sizes on the edge here, as well as your sort of center point with those crisscrosses. So this is fantastic, £9.99. For some people who don't have large craft spaces or don't have the ability to have a craft room or a dedicated space, having something like this to pop on the dining room table is really essential, because you don't want to be ruining your tables. You don't want to be sort of marking it or sort of adding ink to it or anything like that. So having this where you can pop it down and you know that your space is safe, it's perfect. Then we also have your craft knife. Now this is our incredible bundle where you are going to get your craft knife itself, which comes with 3 blades, and then you're going to get an extra 2 sets with that. So in total you are going to receive 13 blades with your craft knife for just £7.99. I think that's the best deal we do on our craft knives. How much are these individually, Jess? I'm going to test you now. She's going to look, because you can get them individually. And I want to say they're about, is it that one? You buy them in a pack of 2, don't you? $2.99. $2.99. Yeah. So you're getting, so that's £2.99, £4, 3, let's say £6, and then your craft knife on its own is £4.99. So that's £10. So you're saving yourself money there, and it does say it on the screen. So I don't know why I didn't just read it. It saves you £3.99, making it harder for myself. So that's a really, really good saving, especially because you get those extra blades. And also it's always nice to have more than one craft knife. I know we say it, but I know we say it and it sounds ridiculous that you need more than one of these products, but all crafters have at least 3 or 4 of the same thing. I can vouch for that. Kat can vouch for that.
Yeah.
It's just a crafter thing. But why not have 3 of the best? 3 of the best things. Right, Kat, we're going to repeat our Win It Weekly, and then we're going to come back over to you. So this week you have the chance to win our birthday bundle. It's worth £40, and 5 lucky winners are going to be in with the chance of winning. We are asking you, what is the most common birthday in the UK? A, the 26th of September, B, the 9th of July, or C, the 16th of May. Like, share and comment for your chance to win. Okay, Kat?
Okie dokie. So this time we are just going to have a play around and look at some different techniques we can do on the scoreboard. So you know me, I absolutely love putting that score detail into my cards. I'm going to show an example later on in the card that I'm finishing the show with, but just to show you on here, obviously it goes through it in the book, but you can, if you want to emboss or deboss. So if you're wanting to work from the front, this is some Adorable Scoreboard here. So you can see, to get that lovely embossed line, I'm working from the back. I'm just gently pushing down and you get this beautiful rigid effect that comes off. But you can also do it the other way, where you can deboss. So you could go back and forth and change it round each time. There's lots of cool things that you can do. I'm not sure it's picking it up well on there. I'm going to leave it a bit there. But again, we've already put in that centre line on here, so you can also do your diagonals. So let's just do a little bit on here if you were wanting. So we've got that gap there, but then you can work down. So if you were coming 2 centimetres apart, again, so I've done 17 and 19 there. And then you can twist it round. So we've got that line there. I'm going to come again to the 17. So you can have your diagonals then. Sorry, that's a straight one. But you can make up all these different shapes and patterns. So we've got these really long diagonal kind of pattern coming up there. There's so many things you can do to create those shapes and textures. And again...
Sorry, Kat, carry on.
No, I'm just, whatever different kind of cardstock you're using, you can get a different effect. So I did this one on one of our Christmas cards a bit, where I made the chimney effect. So I'm just going to do a slight recap on there as well.
I was just about to say, sometimes we don't have patterns or designs in like duo design paper pads that are going to work with, say, our deluxe our decoupage toppers or whopper topper pads, things where we don't get sort of like coordinating cardstock. So in that respect, it really helps, because what you can do is you can create your own patterns on Adorable Scoreboard cardstock that works with it, and that will just completely change the look of your cardstock from being something that's quite plain to being something really fancy.
Yeah, absolutely. So with this one, I'm just going to make like this brick pattern here. So I've gone along and I've scored at 2 centimetres all the way down that way, and then I've turned it and we've gone in, and to create like the brick shape, we've gone 4 centimetres, 8, 12, 16, so on. But then to get that brick pattern, we want to come halfway in on each of these. So this is, if you just bring your ruler in, it'll really help you line up those lines, so you can just go and pick out every alternate one then, and it's just going to really help you do that. So using your tools together to get these fabulous effects. And we'll come back here, just put a couple more in so you can see. So you're going to get this lovely kind of grid pattern on there now, but what's going to really bring this to life is if you just go over and give it a little buff, and you can see how we're really bringing out that pattern now. So there's so many things you can do using your score techniques in there to create all those delicate detailed backgrounds.
I love that.
I also love using it on mediums, well, just like my paper and my craft card, especially parchment, if you're wanting to create those torn edge kind of effects.
Yeah.
So again, if you go in, I've just got the craft card here. This time you are going to want to use that little bit of excess pressure, because you are wanting to come through the cardstock. But if you're just wanting, you can go really, really hard and you can use it. So you're going to get, again, it's so hard to show on here, that really delicate torn edge,
but it's precise.
It's still nice and straight, because if you try and hand tear it,
it
can go all over the place. And again, this works especially well on parchment. So if I was wanting to create a square, I always start a bit bigger than I want to. But again, I'm just going to do this first line just so you can see the different kind of effect you get just by scoring onto your parchment. You're going to get this lovely kind of white fine line detail, so you can do so many things with that as well. But then let's go back over and add that little bit more pressure, and there's something so satisfying when it cuts through there as well, and you can hear it go.
Kat is using her score tool here with a crazy amount of pressure. This won't happen with your regular.
No, you really have to like press down and want to do it.
You really have to create it, but it's so good.
But you'll feel it do it. You just add that extra pressure and you'll feel it go through this. and once it's gone, it comes lovely. But you can just get that extra detail, just another way to use it for doing things like that. What I also like to do, if you're a fan of doing like fine line effects on your card or the stitch detail, but you think your hand's not the steadiest and it goes a little bit off, or you'd like it to be a bit straighter than you can do with yourself, your scoreboard's also great for helping you with this. So if you go in and score your line first, and I'm going to do this, we'll do this one on the white for the stitch detail. So again, a lot gentler this time, so it's just scored in there.
Add in that groove.
And then you've created that groove. You can either take it off or leave it on. But then if you go in and add your stitch detail, you're going to get a much straighter, finer line, because you're just letting it hit in those points. You know you're going to get that perfect detail all the way down.
Technique. That's a good idea, actually.
And if you do it with your black, so we've got this here. So if we wanted to create that kind of pen line detail all the way along, just right at the edge, so let's come all the way. I'm just going to do like 1/2 centimetre all the way around. And again, it's just doing that same thing, but just to give us, especially when you're stamping and things like this.
Yeah, when you've taken loads of time stamping and colouring, and then you're like, oh, I really want to just add a little edge to this.
Yeah, absolutely.
That can make or break your card, and you know that that is not something you want to be doing.
So it's going to give you that freehand effect, but also keep it much more on track, especially like with this one here where I need to go back over. But just add in that scoreline detail in there is just going to make it so much easier for you to achieve.
To work through,
yeah.
isn't it?
So you can just, it really, really helps you with that. And then, so again, if you wanted to go on and do diagonals or pick up different things, it gives you that fine line effect, but much more precise than if you were, and like Natalie said, if you've spent ages stamping a card and colouring it in, and then you go a little bit off, it can be devastating. Another thing I absolutely love to do with it on Miri is just creating absolute crazy backgrounds. So if we just take a little piece here, so we're going to go to the back, and always try and score from the back on here, but I'm just going to go completely random on here, just score in lots of different lines in lots of different directions, and it's just such a quick way to make fun, interesting backgrounds. So just add one more in there, and then when you turn it over, so many cool different things you can do.
That's really
like
cool,
that.
isn't it?
You can make like a centre and stuff. And then last but not least, let's do a little bit of, oh, she says last but not least. I was just going to show you on acetate as well, and then I've got one more thing. Again, scoring on acetate is something we score on acetate when we're like making our box fronts for our cards and stuff like that. So you know it scores and works perfectly, but you can also use it as a design detail. Again, just to bring something else in, you're going to get this lovely effect here. So again, just great ways that you can
cute. I like that.
Add different things to your cards and stuff. So there's so many fun things that you can do with your scoreboard and your tools to add lots of different backgrounds and effects to your cards.
It is just a case of getting your scoreboard and having a go, having a play, seeing what you can come up with.
Yeah.
And it does add, especially with the cards that like Becca was making on the show on Tuesday, that when you're wanting to work with like tonal colours, or you're just wanting to do really fresh, clean cards with white, like Becca did quite a bit, adding those score lines in just gives it such a different look, and it's the tiniest little bit of detail, but it can add so much. What do we have to remind you of? Okay, so our Hunky Dory pin badge this week, you can get it free with every single order. This absolutely Adorable pin badge could be coming your way. It's phenomenal, isn't it? With every order you place over £30 this week, you are going to get one of these absolutely free. I did miss out something before in the other hour, so in the other little segment, I missed these ones out. Someone commented to say, could you make an advent calendar from your storage caddy? You could, but there's only 16 days. However, if you want to add more, then you could get for £4.99 our extra little boxes. Now these come in really handy as well for if you're just taking certain little bits with you and you don't want to take your full caddy, just having these available. Also, just storage. Storage is just life sometimes. You just need to be super organized, have places for everything. Then these are absolutely fantastic to have around the house. We also have some Hunky Dory exclusive for you. We're going to start off with our dimensional poppy die. Now this is what I was talking about when I was saying those embossing tools are going to be absolutely perfect, and it is coming up to the time of year where we want to be making things with our poppies on to raise money, and this is absolutely fantastic because we can cut this again from felt, so we could be making our own poppy badges and sort of making to sell those to raise money. We can be making cards to make and sell. It's absolutely fantastic. So you get the outer poppy, and then you get the center panel, and you get the gorgeous little stamen and the flower. So you can cut these out a number of times and build them up with lots of dimension to create your own beautiful poppies. It's just £7.99 if you want to get them. And Barbara did a fantastic job making her own poppy brooch. So Barbara made this one from some paper actually, but to give it a lot of sort of weight, she's actually layered all of her pieces in glossy accent to give you that beautiful finish. So she's coloured it in with her pencils to give it that gorgeous look, and then she has just popped that on a little brooch so that she can wear it, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Another thing she's done, and I'm absolutely blown away by these. She's so clever, Barbara. She has made some little shrink plastic poppy earrings. So she's cut them all out, she's coloured them in, and then she has layered them up and stuck them together. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about this one. I should have used this one before. Look how adorable these are.
Oh my God,
absolutely fantastic. The fact is that you can be making gorgeous things like this with all of our flower dies. And it's so fantastic, isn't it? So £7.99 if you want that die. Let me show you that brooch as well on the smaller camera. Oh, how phenomenal is that? I love the fact that she's put glossy accents on it because it just gives it that gorgeous shine and that beautiful finish. So if you want to get that die, you absolutely can do. It's a fantastic die set, just £7.99. And then we also have for you our Pretty Poppies A6 stamp set. So if you are a stamper and a colourer, then this is absolutely beautiful, and it's going to work perfectly with some of those products from that. Oh, we had that on here yet? Was that on yesterday? A rainbow flowers? Rainbow flowers? It was on yesterday, wasn't it? Because that has poppies in it too, so this is going to work really nicely with that one. You've got that gorgeous corner effect on here, so stunning, and then the sentiment, always on my mind, forever in my heart. And whether you're stamping this and heat embossing it on craft card, how gorgeous does this look? You can be heat embossing some of the elements. So on this card, just those stamens in the middle have been heat embossed to really lift those up. The colouring on that one is beautiful as well. We've got this one here, using it and fussy cutting it out with your dies to give it that sort of topper effect. And I love this one as well. Again, craft card. It just looks so beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So a fantastic new Hunky Dory exclusive stamp and die set for you to buy with the beautiful poppies on. What else do we have? Let's have a quick recap of today's show. So we are brought to you today our brand new Aqua Scoreboard. It is just delightful in that fresh blue colourway. You can get your hands on this for just £39.98, including your crafting handbook volume 6. You can get the scoreboard on its own if that's how you wish to buy it. The scoreboard is £34.99, and your your book as well, you can get that for £9.99. However, if you want to get them together, that is the best way to do it, because not only is it going to save you £5, but you're going to get 200 bonus reward points for buying them together. So absolutely awesome chance to be getting your hands on that. Kat, we're coming back over to you.
So coming back over.
We are. You're going to do a little bit of a mishmash.
I am. This is a proper mishmash of lots of things that we've had this week. So, where to start? I am going to match up some of our red cardstock that we've got with our Rainbow Flowers Adorable Scoreboard selection. I've gone in, I've picked some of the poppy papers and some of the poppy cardstock because we're going to use them with our poppy stamp. So they all come together and make a wonderful, hopefully,
it will be
arrangement of cards. So, and we will be having our scoreboard in there obviously as well. So the basis of this is going to be 5x7. So I'm going to cut this down to 10x7. So 10, and then 7 in this direction. And then while I've got my trimmer out, I'm going to take some white Ink Me cardstock. I'm choosing that over the Adorable Scoreboard white because we're going to be stamping onto it. So this one we are going to cut to 8.5 by 5 inches. And then I'm going to transfer these two. So this time I'm working on the inch side of my scoreboard. And we'll start with the easy one. We are going to score this at 5 inches for the middle. And which way do I want it to go? We're going to be folding it in, so let's do this one. And then we're going to score at 7.5. Just to create like a basic fold back card. Couldn't think of the word then. And then while we've got that out, let's put some embossing detail on here as well. And I'm actually going to deboss this one just for a bit of a change. And we're just going to go at every 1/4 of an inch just to add some detail in all the way. You go all the way along and you should end up with something that looks like this, and you've got that lovely debossed detail in there. And then we're going to take this piece, I'm going to score it 2.5 inches and then 5 inches, and then this will leave a 3.5 inch section at this side, which is going to be the main focal point for our card. So we're just going to fold that back in on itself again. So we've gone 2.5 inches here because that's the same depth as we've got with the card here. So it just means when it all comes together late at the end, it's all going to fold in nice and flat and come together. So I'm just going to go in and start picking out some of my papers so we can start decorating up. So I think I want something on this outside panel here. So let's take this lovely detail that we've got here. So we know that section is 2.5 by 7. So if we come to 3 notches under the 7, and then 3 notches under the 2.5, we'll just get that lovely matte and layer effect going on here.
Bring in all the different bits and pieces in. I love that you can show how you can buy this poppy die and like use it alongside all of the bits and pieces that maybe you've bought or you'll have in your stash.
And for the price, you just have to have it, don't you?
£4.
So we're just going to let that dry down there. So let's do another panel for this inner bit here while we've got this out. So again, we're going to go to 2.5, 3 notches under. I think I already trimmed this bit down, doesn't it? That should be right. So we can just have that echoing on the inside there.
Ooh, I like that.
And then I do want to decorate some of the other panels from the white bit, but I'm going to do my stamping first, so in case it goes over the edges I can cover any of my mess up with the papers, so that can be drying down while that's working on there. I was meant to ask earlier and I forgot.
Do you need a stamping press? Let me go get one.
I did. It should be on my desk somewhere because I thought I pulled it out to bring in, and then I forgot.
Mine has all my advent stamps on it.
So we're going to go in with this lovely large poppy die here, and we're going to put this onto the main panel. And you can stamp this in black and then colour in if you want to, but I'm going to try and get a bit creative with my stamps and let them do the hard work for me today. So that's kind of going to fit perfectly on there, so it's just lining this up now.
Your stamping press is the way to go.
It certainly is. So if we use this, I'm going to take a little bit of masking tape just to hold down the other side, because I am down to one magnet.
Well, you need to get yourself some more, Kat.
I know.
You can always buy spare magnets for your stamping press. I think it's always handy to have a couple more as well, because sometimes the placement of where you're going to hold something down, you do tend to want to have more available.
So I'm going to pop that on there, just over the edge, and you can see I have lined it up just off centre on the page because I want it to cover it up as much as possible. And then I'm going to try and do as much as the work between my inks and my brush markers as possible here.
Okay.
So just to make the colouring a bit easy, if it's like you can just stamp it in black and colour it in, but just in the essence of time today. So the first thing I'm going to do is try and take a little bit of white and pop this underneath so I can see a little bit clearer where I'm working. And I'm not being too precise, but I'm going to try and hit the red areas with this here. And I've got my letterbox red.
Perfect colour for your poppies.
I'm going to go up the top. Just take a bit of time. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not the look that we're 100% going for here. And you can go over with your other colours if you're not hitting everything as well first time. So I think I've got that. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of the red pastel as well, just to add some depth, because flowers aren't a solid colour, so it's cool just to add those like different bits of tone in there as well. And then I'm going to go with my leafy green back over the green parts here. So if they do kind of merge into each other, that's absolutely fine. And then I'm just going to mix it up a bit, and this time I'm going to take my black brush marker, just because I want to be a little bit more precise in these centre bits, just to go over and hit them.
This looks very pretty, how you've put this together. I think it's going to look gorgeous when you stamp it down.
Well, I'm not wanting it to be perfect, which is always a good thing.
It's going to give you that really gorgeous watercolour effect.
That's kind of what I'm hoping for. And then any bits, the more you put on, the more you'll see if you're missing anywhere. So I'm just going to go back over, just fill in some of those little spots. And we'll try our very best to see what kind of effect we get. We're going to pop this on now, and you want to give it a really good firm press down. Make sure you're hitting those middle bits and all around the edges. Oh, fingers crossed. And you're going to get something so pretty and delicate like this. This is what I want.
That is
gorgeous. You could then go in and add colour. I'm going to keep it quite clean. I want that nice big white pop in the middle of my card.
If you wanted to add colour now though, you've got your little finger daubers, so you can get in all those tiny little places if you want to.
Absolutely, yes.
So easily, but wow, that is so effective. I'd be too scared to do that.
I've seen you do that.
No, I'd be
Don't
too scared
lie.
of mixing the colours, you know.
No, you're fine. Because it looks nice when they do kind of just come into each other a bit.
Though.
And I can't find a stamping block. Do you know, am I having? I've just got a stamping block. And I've lost my nail. And we're all going a little bit mad.
I think I've got one. Do you need a big one or do you need a smaller one?
Just enough for a sentiment, please.
Let me go see.
So while Natalie's getting that for me, I'm just going to cut 2 sections here to cover those panels that we've got there. So we know they are 2.5. I'm just going to come a tiny little smidge under by 5. And the same again with this one, 2.5. by 5, and I'm just going to pop them over there while we go back to our stamp. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. It's a bit sticky.
No, that's absolutely
It's
fine.
had embossing.
So we're just going to go over that with our VersaFine. And we're just
I can't believe how good that looks.
I'm going to make sure it's the right way round.
I know, I was just about to say, can't make sure you stamp that.
And we're just going to
Done
take
all that work.
that over into that top corner there.
Oh, it looks so good.
And we're just going to go on with these panels.
Absolutely beautiful.
So it's just showing how you can mix and match all your mediums, from your coated papers to your Adorable Scoreboard to your stamps, and they can all work together so beautifully.
It looks so good.
You could be bringing in your toppers from your set here. So many different things you could do. I'm just going to take that there. Then we're going to add this. It's a little bit of excess showing over, but we can go with our fabulous scissors. And this is the beauty of these scissors, that they get so close that you can just go in, get right up to that edge, and even, that's not even 0.5 millimetre, but look how it's
like
just
the
trimming it
tiniest
away beautifully.
Little hair.
And we're just going to add this back in here now, so we just want to make sure that our glue's just on this little section here, and then at the back in that panel. And if you kind of fold this over just so it all lines up. So I'm just going to go there. There, I'm not going to press down too hard till I know exactly where I want it to go. If you fold it into the middle, there we go. And then when you're happy with the position, you can give it a really good press down. And there we go. So
that looks so awesome. That little touch of scoring in that background as well. It's beautiful.
You could add more details onto those back panels, but you just get
Absolutely
the idea
gorgeous.
of the kind of things that you can do.
I think everyone's enjoyed the show today, Kat. Absolutely jam-packed full of inspiration, techniques, things you can do with your scoreboard. It's been so much fun. But that's all we have time for today. We are back again tomorrow. Rebecca is on Hobby Maker this afternoon with some festive fun. She has back in stock on concept cards. Now, do you remember, because it's been a long time, those festive dioramas? Those festive dioramas that we did not have in stock for less than like a week because they absolutely flew out the doors. We have those back in stock. We have our festive archways back in stock. We have our decoupage robins back in stock. So make sure you tune in for that one. And then at 4, she's going to be back with our deluxe craft pads, which we launched yesterday on Hobby Maker. And then we join the celebrations again tomorrow because Kelly and Rachel are here with our Advent pad and our little books. We'll see you all again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.